This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Yeah. Yes, please join the class at 10:10. Okay, I will start the class by 10:15 mostly. Please join the class at 10:10 better. Oh, I'm at hometown, so still. Yeah, guys, today the topic, yesterday class, what the topic we discussed is transaction management, right? Because what do you mean transaction? Because what do you mean transaction? Transaction nothing but what? Set of, huh? Tell me, yaar, what do you mean transaction? Transaction nothing but set of operation, right? Set of operation comes onto one transaction, right? Exactly. So how many types of transaction total? Huh?
Two types, sir.
What are the two types, sir? Local and
Local
global
and
transaction. JDB supports only what type of transactions?
local transactions.
Yeah, JDB supports only local transactions, right? Exactly. And Hibernate support the global transaction. So to make the transaction, main principle is what the main principle of transaction? Either do everything or do nothing principle. Like do everything means what? What the meaning of do everything? All operations will be success, right? Do everything means all operations will be success, which is nothing but a commit operation, right? Do nothing means what, guys? That's like rollback operation, right? Rollback means what? Do nothing, right? All operations are success, rollback, right? When you roll back the data, the transaction is rolled back up to the starting point, right? But if you don't want rollback data up to the starting point, in the
Save
middle
point.
you can put the save point, right? You can roll back the transaction up to the save point, right? Exactly. This is yesterday class, guys. Yesterday class will go for the callable statement. Because you know, like statement object, if you want to execute the query only once, we are going for the statement object, right? Because if you want to execute the query only once, use the statement object. If you want to execute the query multiple times, then use the prepare statement object, right? Yes, if you want to execute the same query multiple times, use the prepare statement object. Now today we'll discuss the callable statement, guys. Callable statement is used to execute the procedures and functions in Oracle, guys. Procedures and functions in Oracle. The Oracle contains the procedures and functions, right? Oracle contains what? Procedures and functions, right? Oracle contains the procedures and functions. To execute the procedures and functions, you are going for the callable statement example, guys. Callable statement to execute the procedures and functions of the Oracle, right? Procedures and functions in Oracle, right? Exactly. Is that clear now? Good. Sir, what is the procedure and functions basically? See, guys, procedures and functions, procedures and functions, which is like methods in core Java. Methods means what the generally it will do. Methods means it will take the input. Based on the input, it will process the data and it will give the output, right? It will give the output, right? In the same way, procedures and functions, it will take the inputs, guys. It will take procedures and functions. Yes, procedures and functions both are available at database side. Up to now, we are writing the queries at JDBC side, right? But procedures and functions are available at what? JDBC side or database side? Database side. It will take the input and give the output, guys. Yes, it will take the input and what? Give the output, right? Exactly. Because procedures and functions available at database side, it will take the input and what? Give the output, right? Exactly. Because procedures and functions, we have the two parameters, in parameter and out parameter is there. In parameter represents input, out parameter represents what? Output, right? Exactly. And the third point, main point is like procedure, there is no return value. Yes, procedure, there is no return value, but function contains a return value, right? Yes, procedure, there is no return value, but function contains what? Return value, right? Exactly. Yes, procedure, there is no return value means represent the input using in case. Procedure, there is no return value, right? Procedure, there is no return value means what? Represent the input using in parameter, represent the output using out parameter, right? Yes, represent the input using in parameter, represent the output using out parameter. But function having return value, right? Okay, the main difference between the functional processor is what? Both are available at database side and both are take the input and give the output only. And the procedure, there is no return value, guys. procedure there is no return value. If there is no return value means simply represent the input using in keyword required, represent the output using out parameter required, right? Exactly. But if you take the function here, the function return value itself is output, guys. The function is having return value, right? The function return value itself is output. If function return value itself is output means what? Then here output parameter required or not required now? There's the function return value itself is output. Then out parameter required or not required then? Then out parameter is not required, right? Exactly. So these are 3 points about the procedures and functions are a database side, guys. Remember this point. Yes, first point is like procedures and functions are available at database side, used to take the input and give the output, right? Give the employee ID as input, guys. Take the employee salary as output, right? Employee ID as input and take the employee salary as output, right? In parameter represents what input, right? Out parameter represents what output, guys. Yes, in parameter represents input, out parameter represents output. Procedure there is no return value. That's what procedure contains in parameter as well as out parameter, right? Yes, procedure in parameter and out parameter, right? That function having return value. Function having return value means what? The return value itself is output, right? The return value itself is output means what? There is no out parameter, right? Yeah. See guys, I'll take one procedure, small procedure, create a replace procedure. The procedure name is what? Yes, syntax is what? Create a replace procedure. The procedure name is called get salary, the procedure name. Because the procedure name here, get salary is the procedure name. ID is like input, guys. In parameter represent input. What is the input here? ID is input, right? Whatever output here, output is like salary, right? Salary is output, guys. Yes, in represent the input, out represents what? Out, right? Output, right? Exactly. Create a replace procedure. The procedure name is like get salary is a procedure name, which is like ID is the ID like number. Salary is what? Out parameter is like a salary, right? As begin and end, guys. In between the begin and end, you can write the query actually. Query is nothing but mapping the database columns to the procedure declare inputs variables, right? Yeah, just query is what we have to map the here ID is nothing but database column employee, right? Database table column is what employee ID. Salary is nothing but what employee salary, right? E salary in the database, right? Exactly. Select employee salary into salary, guys. So here we are mapping that salary variable to the employee salary from employee table where employee ID equal to what ID, right? Yes, are you clear now? What are the variables we are taking in variable out variable? We are mapping to the database columns, right? Database table columns. Select employee salary into sal variable where employee ID equal to what ID variable, right? Like that. So what is the intention of this procedure? Tell me now. This process is simply taking the ID as input and giving the salary as output, right? Corresponding salary as output, guys. That's it. Because this procedure available at database side. Available at database side means what? First of all, you can execute this procedure at database side, right? Exactly. Simply can write the username. Yeah, username is like system. The password is like Ratan. So username password. Then you can write the query now. What the procedure, guys? Yeah, this is my procedure. Click on enter button. Must ends with a slash, guys. If you write the slash, then you get the message like procedure created successfully, guys. Procedure created, right? Exactly. So create a replace procedure. Procedure name is like get salary, ID number, salary is output. Begin, end, in between the begin and end, you can write the select employee salary into cell from employee table where employee ID equal to what? Where employee ID equal to what? ID, right? Exactly. Sorry, clear now? Good. Yes, now procedure is ready at database side. Okay, now we have to write the JDBC code. We have to write the JDBC code. The code has to give the input as ID and take the salary as output, right? Exactly. Yes, what the procedure is ready means what? We have to write the JDBC, write the JDBC code. See this command, write the JDBC code, give the input to the procedure and take the output from the procedure, right? Using callable statement, guys. Guys, are you clear now? So write the JDBC code, give the input as a procedure, give the input to the procedure and take the output from the procedure, right? Exactly, guys. Let me write the JDBC code now. To write the JDBC code, yeah, can you please create the new project now? Click on new. Let me create the Java project. We go for the Java project, callable statement. callable statement examples. Click on finish. Callable statement example src folder. Right click here, new. New. I want to create the new. I want to create the class, right? Exactly. So here, callable example one. Give the package name like com.tcs and click on main method, right? Then click on the finish. Click on. Yeah. First of all, you can create the connection object, guys. To create the connection equal to connection created successfully. Then statement object is required. Yeah. So class dot for name connection and statement object I created. Just let me copy the data. So class dot for name and second one is what connection. Yeah, we can write like connection equal to driver managed dot. Yeah, connection equal to what driver managed dot connection here. Which one is what statement object, right? The statement equal to connection dot create statement, right? Exactly. Yes, class dot for name is throws exception. Let me use a throws declaration here. So here can use the SQL exception, add throws declaration again. So two exceptions, right? Exactly, guys. So next one is what? Yeah, connection creation is successfully done, and we have to close the connection here. Connection dot close operation here. Project level, first of all, we'll open the things and we'll close the things, guys. After opening and closing, then we will do the data actually. Then you can give the confirmation message. Resources are okay. Released. Resources are released what? Successfully, right? Exactly. Because resources are released successfully now. Yeah. Here we have write the callable statement example, guys. So what we have write, you have write the callable statement to call the procedure, right? Exactly. So callable statement, yeah, callable statement, callable statement, yeah, callable state, yeah, statement object is not required. Sorry, because statement object is not required because we are working with the callable statement object, right? Yeah, callable statement equal to connection dot. We have to call a prepare call method, guys. Prepare call in double quotes. Here we have to call the here we have to call the here we have to call the procedure, right? To call the procedure, guys, call what is the procedure name here? We have to call the procedure, call procedure name, braces. Yeah, I think yeah, I can take this. You can take this one in the braces basically. Get call get salary. The procedure name, guys. Call get salary is the procedure name. In the parentheses here, we have to take the question marks here. Because how many question marks are given total? 2 question marks. Why the 2 question marks means because one represents the input parameter, second one represents the output parameter, right? Exactly. Because first parameters are input parameters, next parameters are what? Output parameters, right? Yes, first parameters are what? Input parameters, next parameters are what? Output parameters, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? Yeah. First parameters are input parameters, next parameters are what? Output parameters, right? Yeah. See guys, first of all, we have to set the input here. Callable statement that first one is what? Set int of parameter index, question mark number, guys. Parameter index is 1. I want to set the first one is the input, right? Input is employee ID. Because first of all, we have to set the input. Input is ready. After setting input, we have to register the output parameter, guys. Yes, after setting the input, we have to register what? Output parameter, right? Exactly. Just to register the output parameter here, callable statement dot register output parameter. Which parameter is output parameter? Yes, which parameter is output parameter, Kami? Second parameter is output parameter. And output, what type of output you want to take? Output is what type of output you want? Double format you want to take. Then you can take like types dot. Yeah, you can take like types dot. You can take the double format, right? That's it. Yes, first of all, you can set the input. After setting the input, register the output parameter. We are registering one variable to store your output, guys. That's it. Does the statement is clear? We are registering one variable to store the output, right? We are registering one variable to store the output, right? Exactly. After
So what
registering
is
out,
the
after that
usage?
callable statement, we can write the execute update method. Execute update method means what happened, guys? The query executed, like a procedure executed. I simply can go for execute method. The query executed, then what happened, guys? The output is stored in which parameter? We register one variable for the output, right? We register one variable for the output, right? Yeah. Then the output is stored in which parameter, guys? The second parameter, right? Exactly. Guys, we will set the input. Yes, set the input register the output parameter. Once the register output parameter, execute the process, execute the procedure. Once the execution is done, then what happened here? The output will be stored in what? Register parameter, right? What the parameter is registered here, that parameter will be stored, right? Sorry, clear now? What the parameter is registered, the data will be stored in that parameter, right? Exactly. Sorry, clear now? Good. So after registering, just take after execution of procedure, definitely the output will be stored in which parameter? Second parameter, right? Exactly. Then sys out the result will be, you can take the result variable, guys. The result equal to plus, you can take what? Callable statement dot. What is the output, guys? What type of output you registered? Guys, what type of output is registered? A float output, right? Get double output, right? Get double of what? The second parameter, right? That's it, guys. Guys, are you clear now? Then you can write the callable statement dot which operation close, right? That's it. That's the example, guys. That's it, guys. Procedures and functions available at database side, right? Available at database side. You execute the procedure at database side. We execute the procedure at database side. Execute the procedure at database side and give the input. Mm,
using
Execute the procedure at database side and give the input to the procedure and register the output parameter. Once if you register output parameter, the output will be stored in what? Registered parameter, right? The output will be stored in what? Registered parameter or not. After that, you can execute the query, guys. After that, we'll execute the query, right? Exactly. So, sorry, clear now? Yeah. If you want, you can run this code here. But to run this code, we require the jar file first of all. Let me build path the jar file, build path, configure build path, and we require the add external jars. The jar file is called OJDB6 jar file. Like, click on OK, and yeah, click on run button. Guys, if you run this run button, so we'll get the result is how much. 111 salary is how much. Select staff from EMP table. EMP table 111 salary is how much, guys? 10,000.45, right? So here you'll get the result is how much here? 10,000.45, right? This result is how much now? 10,000.45, right? 10,000.45 result, right? Exactly. Okay, this is like writing the procedure and executing the procedure, guys. There's any questions, tell me? The remaining any procedure, process is common, right? Maybe inputs are changed or outputs are changed, guys, but procedure is common. First, execute the procedure database side, give the inputs. After giving the inputs, what you have to do? Register output parameter. After registering output parameter, execute the procedure. Then the output will be stored in the register parameters, right? Sorry, sir, no. Good. Okay, so what are the steps? If you want, let me write the steps also. That's what are the steps we have to follow now. Guys, step one is like call the procedure, right? Call the procedure. Call the procedure, right? Call the procedure using which object, guys? Here, callable statement object, right? Exactly. Guys, what is step two here? Give the input, right? Give the input parameter, right? Yeah, give the input parameter, guys. What is step three now? After giving the input parameter, what we have to do? Guys, give the input parameter. After giving the input parameter, what we have to do? Register the, guys, after giving input, register the out parameter, right? Output parameter, right? Yeah, give the input parameter, okay? It reach the output parameter, right? Reach the output parameter. So after registering output parameter, what we have to do? Step 4 is what? Yes, call the first of all procedure we are calling. After that, give the input to the input parameter, reach the output parameter. Next one is what? Execute the. That's what next step here. Execute the procedure, right? Execute the procedure, right? Exactly. Next step is what? Once the once once the execution is completed, once the execution is done, the output is stored in what? The output is stored in. Then the output is stored in what? Out parameter, right? The output is stored in what? A register parameter, right? Register parameter, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, the output is stored in which parameter, guys? The output is stored in register parameter, right? Exactly. Then read the output, right? Then get the output, right? Exactly. Because you got the clarity about the first step, first application. Process, we have to check always process, guys. Once if you know the process, reminding every example the same process we can do, right? Very clear now. So Kala procedure using Kala. Yes, are you clear?
Sir, 44 line, what is this types, sir? We understood that if we have to get it,
Line number.
44.
So line number 44, sir. If you can explain detail in register output parameter, what actually it does.
What
Type.
actually not? You are giving input. After giving input, we have to execute the procedure. Execute the procedure means somewhere we have to take the result variable, right, to store the result. After execution of procedure, you will get the output or not.
Yes, that
After
we
execution of
understood.
procedure, you will get the output. Where we will store the output? You need some variable, right? That's what we're registering output variable. Second parameter. Once if you're registering, what happened? Register the output parameter. After registering, we are executing the procedure, right? Once the procedure execution is completed, the output will be stored in the register parameter. And what type of data we register? Float data. That's why you're getting output which format. The float format, you'll get the output, right?
What is this types, sir? What?
Types is a class. Simply, types is a class representing your type of the data, type of output you need.
Can we see what are all the methods present in this type?
You try to check the types class, right? So in Eclipse side, see those type of process you try to do your own, because this is the types class is there. Types is belongs to which package? Java.sql package is there, right? In the SQL package, types is there. Just you can try to see, because project level definitely we have the one types or multiple types. Definitely we have the multiple types. If you're not only for the types class, in the real time when you do the applications, you have the multiple types. When you see the one type of data like float data, while doing the application, maybe you require some other types. Immediately we have to check the API documentations. We have to check the API documentations, guys. So Java 8 API documentations. So if you go for Java 8 API documentation, because Java.sql also belongs to core Java only, right? JDBC also belongs to core Java only, guys. Here you'll get the Java.sql package is there. In the Java.sql package, what is the class we need? Types class required. These are like types class. If you click on the types class, here you can see types contains array, big int, binary, bit, blob to store the images, blob data type, char is there, clob is there, date is there to take the date, and decimal is there, double is there. Now we are using like double data. Double is there, float is there, integer is there, long varchar is there. Depends on the requirement. We have to search the data and we have to apply the data. And types contains this many number of types. Var binary is there, timestamp is there, varchar is there. Varchar is there, right? Exactly. Like that, if you see like one or two types of data is there, if you need the remaining types, always you're in a position to check the API documentation, and depends on the requirement, you are able to apply the data. So that is a double data, guys. These are clear now? Good. Because if you go for second example now, see the second example once. You try to complete this example, guys. You tell me the code, I'll write the code simply. What this procedure is doing simply? Create a replace procedure. Create a replace procedure. Procedure name is what? This one you try to complete the assignment, guys. You try to do this is assignment here. What is the assignment? You know, create a replace procedure. Procedure name is what? Get salary is there. Get salary is the procedure name, guys. Get average salary. Get average. Get average salary is there. First ID salary you can take. Second ID salary we have to take. Output parameter is average is there. Then you can select the salary from first employee. Select the salary from second ID. These two ID salaries are there, right? Those two ID salaries average I need. That average I need to store in what out variable, right? Exactly. Because this procedure is taking how many inputs now? Okay, this procedure is taking how many inputs? Two inputs. Right? What are the two inputs? ID1 and ID2. If you are giving the first ID 111, second ID 222, and these two ID salaries, I need average by 2, right? By 2. Then how many input parameters you have to set? Yes, how many inputs we have to set?
2, sir.
2 inputs you have to set. How many output parameters you have to register?
We have to register one.
One output parameter you have to register, right? Exactly. Yes, 2 inputs we have to set. Set one output parameter you have to register, which is like float, which is like float format. Which is like float format is there, right?
Sir, here in 60, previously also we have given a query between begin and end, sir. I have a little confusion like select the ESAL. ESAL is the table column name, right?
We are mapping that column to the salary variable.
Salary variable. So where exactly we are using the salary variable, sir?
See, first example, what the procedure we are doing here. What the first example requirement now? ID. We have to give the ID as input, right? And salary as output, right? In that case, what? Select employee salary into salary variable.
So
this
we are
employee
picking
salary
the
is a table.
value, salary value, and putting it into the salary variable.
Exactly.
So where exactly
From
we are
where
using
this is the condition, right? Where condition you have to check, right? What is the where condition? The ID we are giving, that ID is mapping to the employee ID variable, right?
Yes.
The ID we are taking, that is mapping to what? Employee ID variable, right?
Yes.
See that the English syntax itself says employee salary into sal variable from employee table, where employee ID equal to the ID you are giving input, right? Just is mapping the table column. In the same way, first example, just you are giving the ID as input, taking the salary as output, right? Only one input, one output, right? But second example, what I am trying to say, give the two inputs. How many inputs required? Two inputs required. Two inputs are what? ID1, ID2. You can take the two inputs. Those two inputs means what? To get the two salaries actually. Those salaries, I need average of those two salaries. Average of those two salaries, I want to store in which variable here? Out variable, right? That's what here can call the procedure. Call the procedure by passing how many arguments total? 3 values, right? 3 question marks required. Why 3 question marks? First 2 question marks for the input, next question mark is for the output, right? That's what first 2 question marks you are setting the set into. First question mark is like 111, second question mark like 222, right? And the third one is the registering output parameter. Registering output means what? I need output which format? Type that float format. After that, we'll execute the query. After execution of query, what happened here? The output will be stored in the average parameter, right? The third parameter, right? Then we have to read that output, right? Yeah. First example, second example, only the difference is first example you are giving one input, taking only one output as salary. Second example, you give the two inputs, 111, 222, two inputs, take the average of two salaries as one output, right? Is that clear now? Second example, you try to complete that example, guys. Good. Second is your assignment, guys. Third example, I'll write the code. Yes, third example, you try to tell me the Rani, can you please explain this code once? Third example, what it will do?
insert data? We are trying to insert the data.
Insert the data, right? ID,
And
name, and
salary
salary,
also.
right?
Giving
Here,
the
do you have
input.
any here all are input parameters, right? Do you have any output parameters here? Yeah, this example contains all are which parameters? This example
Input
contains all
parameter.
are input parameters, right? Any output parameter is there? There is no
Yeah.
output parameter, right? Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah. There is no output parameter, right? Exactly. That's what here, no need to register the output parameter, right? First of all, you can call the procedure, connection that prepare call insert data. Three question marks are there. Three question marks are the input. Input means what? Set into, set string, set int, right? Otherwise, set string. Third one, you can take the set float, right? Because salary is like set float. Set float, like here, you can take like 999. So ROM is there. Something like 1 lakh point 65 is there, something like this, right? Then execute update, right? Operations are completed, guys. That's it. Yes, can I execute only this code where we can do this even this can place this code here, right? That's all. Is it clear now? Good. Uh, yeah, set float means we have to take the parameter index s3, guys. But 10,000 point 1 lakh point 65 is by default decimal data. By default decimal data is what type of data in Java? By default decimal data is double data, right? Then we have to make a float data using a constant, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? So these parameters, there is any output parameter is there here? There is no output parameter, right? There is no output parameter means we no need to register any output parameters, right? Because these three inputs are these input parameters, right? Exactly. Because first of all, you can execute this procedure at database side. Execute this procedure at database side. Just try to analyze the data, guys. Don't by heart the content data and all. Try to check the data, what the procedure we are following. That's it. I copied. Yeah, then procedure is created. So this procedure taking ID, name, and salary. All are input parameters, right? That's what I'm setting. All are the setting the data only. Set only. There is no output parameter, right? Exactly. Because you run this code, if you run this code, we got the message like operations are complete, right? We got the message like operations are completed. Yeah, once the operations are completed, go and check the database. This database contains how many columns? Just how many rows are there? Yes, previously database contains how many rows? Just two rows, right? Yes, previously database contains just two rows are there. Now we can select the star from EMP. Yeah, now you can see guys, 999 is inside or not. Exactly. Like that, guys. Like that, you can check the data. Hmm? Yeah, anyone can explain the fourth example the same way? Fourth example, what it is doing simply?
We are giving the input and trying to get three outputs from the query.
We are giving what the inputs here? We are giving like
One input.
ideas input, right? Yeah, ideas input, right? Exactly. You're giving ideas input, guys. How many output parameters you are taking now?
Three, sir.
Three output, right? What's the meaning exactly what it is doing? Check the query once, that 90 second, 92 line.
Whatever the output is there, it is putting those values into O1, O2, O3.
It's taking like employee IDs input, guys, and reading the complete row as output, right? Something like that. We are selecting employee ID, employee name, employee salary into O1, O2, O3. It's nothing but O1 is mapping to ID, O2 is mapping to name, O3 is mapping to salary. Where employee ID equal to ID, right? It means nothing but what? We are giving the employee ID as input. Giving employee ID as input. Yes, giving employee ID as input and taking the complete row as a salary, right? Exactly. Tell me that process. Check the process. Any questions we have? Maybe the 96 line you are taking the callable statement. Callable statement equal to connection dot prepare call. Here, how many question marks is the total? 4 question marks. How many inputs there? I think first question mark is
One
input. Second question mark is what?
output, second, third.
Next to 3 question marks are output, right? Like that. First question mark is input guess. Next three question marks are what? Output, right? O1, O2, O3. O1, O2, O3 is output, right? Exactly. In this case, see for example, what we are doing here is how many parameters we have to register now? Yes, how many parameters you have to register now? Total
Three.
three parameters. Three parameters you have to register, right? We are setting the input guess ID, setting the first one, first question mark, triple one as input, right? Then we are registering three question marks, guys. Guess how many inputs are there? Just to set the inputs on the register the output parameter, right? Register the output parameter, right? Exactly. We are registering output parameters like three parameters because ID, name, and salary, right? ID, name, and what is salary? ID like integer format, string like name means varchar format. Yes, now we got the types contains integer class to represent the ID. Like that, to take the time means what time class is there, to take the date means date class is there, like that, guys. To store the images, image class glob is there, to store the text file data glob is there, like multiple types depends on the requirement, you can use that. We are like we are writing like types dot integer is there, types dot yeah, types dot integer is there, and types dot integer and what types dot varchar to write varchar, right, and types dot float, guys. Then we are executing the query. After execution, then what happened, guys? The output will be stored in which parameter? Because once the execution is done, the output will be stored in which parameter? Register parameter, right? Output means what? Complete row, right? Complete row is stored in the three variables, right? 2, 3, 4. Yes, complete output is stored in three variables or not? Then we are reading output like three variables, guys. Get int of 2, get string of 3, get float of 4, right? How many register parameters be done? Those data we have to get the output, right? Because how many parameters you registered, we have to get the data from that registered parameters, right? Yes, are you clear now? That's it. Hmm? So control types dot integer, right? Showing here. Yeah, types dot integer divided SQL types. Yeah, fine. The get details is the processor name. We are setting the input, registering three parameters, execute update method. After registering, you are getting the corresponding data, right? Exactly. Guys, first of all, you can execute this procedure at database site. First, execute this procedure at database site. You can copy this code, guys. Is how to paste this code in the command prompt here. Control V will not work, right? Yes, how to place this data? I copied, right? I copied from here. I'm placing the data here. Yeah, procedure is created, right? Exactly. Yes, how to place means I think Alt space E and P. That's what's for the point here. Alt
Yes.
space E and P. Alt space. Alt space. Alt space, guys. Alt space means it goes to E means editor. P means paste. Because once if we copy the data from here, you want to say, you want to paste in the command prompt. I think here I don't know where this option is there, but you can write the Alt space immediately. If you type, you will get this menu. Alt space. In the edit and paste is there. So you are clear now. You can type the Alt space immediately. So edit is there, paste is there, and it will be pasted here, right? Procedure is created, right? Exactly. Yeah, and then you can execute this procedure, guys. You can run this procedure. See the output, guys. But complete row will get the output, guys. Complete row means what? Again, the triple one means what? You get the triple one, the corresponding name and corresponding salary, right? Yes, corresponding name and what? Corresponding salary. Yeah. It's a triple one Ratan is the 10,000.45, guys. If you make the just now we created triple nine, right? Triple nine is there, and simply if you run this code, you get the corresponding row as output, right? Corresponding row as output means what? Triple nine and RAM and 10,000, 1 lakh point 6 point, right? 1 lakh point 65 is there. So very clear now? Yeah. We have totally done the 4 examples. First example I gave like give the employee ID as input, take the employee salary as output. Second example I given assignment like take the two IDs as input, take the average of two salaries, like two salaries average I need as output, right? That is assignment I given, you try to complete the assignment. Try to complete the assignment. Third example, what we done? Third example, just insert in the data, right? Insert in the data means what? All are in parameters, right? There is no output parameter, guys. There is no output parameter, all are input parameters, right? Exactly. Fourth example is what, guys? Giving ID as input and taking the complete row as a output, right? Because giving ID as input, right? ID like triple one is giving input and taking the complete row as output, right? Yes, taking complete row as output, right? Exactly. This assignment try to complete it, so it's not like hard, right? So, but it will take, if you want, yes, to Google and to do the requirement, definitely it will take some time, 1 hour or half an hour or 2 hours. It depends on requirement. But you try to complete the assignment. Good. This assignment 5 also you can try to complete this by assignment 5 also, guys. This is also your assignment. This is also assignment. Yes, assignment 5. Assignment, guys. Out of these two assignments, tomorrow I'll take you one assignment that you decide which assignment you want, and one assignment I will not explain. Write a procedure to take the input as a salary, guys. Assume like I given the salary like 15,000. Input is like 15,000. I want to display all the records. I want to display all the records like I want to display all the records. The salary greater than 15,000, right? Assume like greater than 15,000. I have 3 records are there. I want to take that output as what 3 records, right? Exactly. Yes. Now we are getting like one input, a group of records. Yes. Now we are getting one input, one output, a group of records. Previously, the output is what only average and only like integer and varchar and float type, right? Only one type, one value is there. But now we are getting one value, group of records, right? Exactly. The second assignment, fifth assignment is clear. Second assignment, ID1, ID2, and salary average. Output you have to store, right? That is one assignment. Second assignment is what? Give the employee salary like some 15,000 or 20,000. The records which are having more than 20,000, like I want to store all the records, guys. I want to store these all the records. Definitely, which one is easy and which one is bit difficult?
One is difficult.
First one, like second assignment is easy and this one is bit. We have to hold all the records and we have to process all the records, right? That depends on you. If you do the one assignment, I will complete one assignment by tomorrow. Good. Is color clear? Process is common, guys. Always you have to check the process. Okay. Good. Yes, try to complete assignment 2. You complete anyhow last assignment you are unable to do. If you are able to do, well and good. But when compared to the last assignment, second assignment is a bit easy. Try to complete the second assignment and I'll take the fifth assignment. But don't select explain the both assignments, right? It's not good for health. If I explain everything, then what you guys will do? Yes, sir, no. Rani, sir, no.
Yes.
Rani, you complete the second assignment, remaining assignments I will take. Because today we are working with the procedures, right? All about the procedure we are working. Tomorrow class we'll discuss with the functions concept. Srikanth, next Monday and we'll start the servlets. This Monday. Yeah, mostly done with the JDBC classes. This is Monday. Next 2-3 days like today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. These 3 days we'll discuss some more JDBC examples. And tomorrow we'll discuss the functions. After that we'll discuss about the connection pooling concepts and all. Then Monday we'll start the servlets concept. Okay. Fine, guys. Yeah, tomorrow we'll meet, guys. Bye. Tomorrow we'll discuss the functions.